Hello, welcome back to the channel. Obviously, we've not put a video up in quite a long time, and that's not because we forgot about the channel or we got bored about filming. We've just not done anything really that we thought that you'd enjoy viewing. I probably should do uploads and stuff. We live and work on a holiday park down in Dorset, and we live full time in the motorhome. But I'm back today because, being a bit geeky, I used to brew homebrew, and I made some bloody good beer. And I only ever did kit beers. So I'm doing this video because I've got a bit of equipment together, and I'm going to be doing my own homebrew out of the motorhome. Bit of back history on me when I used to do my homebrew. So I used to just do kit beers, malt extract beers, that sort of thing, in a fermenting vessel. Started off on a Cooper's kit, for those of you that know what I'm talking about. And I really got into it, and I started doing lagers. And I used to swap out the yeast in my kits and put proper lager yeast in. And ferment at low temperatures in a dedicated fermenting fridge. And then I used to use mini kegs, 5 litre mini kegs. Anyway, that was about 6 years ago when I used to do that. Fast forward to now, I've been thinking about it for ages, wanting to get back into it, because, there's nothing better than having a fresh beer that you've brewed yourself. There's a lot of pride in that. Getting a bit pissed off your own beer is great. I've been thinking about that and how I can scale it down a bit, because obviously living in a motorhome, not got a lot of room. Doing 23 litres of beer isn't going to work very well, and considering that we're stationary for longer periods of time, I know I can, do some beer, get it fermented and bottled or kegged, coming on to that, and that'll be all right here. So let's talk about that. So what I really want to be doing, though, is obviously kit beers is like they come, you get your malt extracts in the big fermenting vessel. Again, room, I don't have that. I don't want to be buying kits of 23 litres and having to do that. So what am I doing? I'll quickly go on to this. What I've bought, obviously you might, if you do homebrew, you'll know about these. I bought some pinter kits. Now I was going to buy an actual pinter vessel and use that, but obviously there's a lot of controversy with them, isn't there? And some of the pressure issues and the leaks. I don't need to get involved in that. And for the price of all of that, buying a pinter for £79 or 120, whatever price they're going at the time, for the price of that, I can get myself all my stuff that I needed to do all grain brewing or brew in the bag, which I'm going to be doing. But in the meantime, I have bought some of these kits, because the 10 pints, 10 pints, not 10 litres, the 10 pints, and I've got a Stars and Stripes, which is an American pale ale, and I've got a Four Seasons, and that's a pale ale. Why ales, you ask? Well, obviously, I don't have a fermenting fridge anymore, so I can't ferment at lower temperatures, so I'm sort of bound to the temperatures around me, and if I need put a heat belt on my fermenting vessel, I can do. So it's ales, and I do prefer my ales, although I am drinking it. Stella Artois, unfiltered Belgian beer. Not really into them, to be fair. It's alright, but I do prefer normal Stella. Anyway, before I start, I'm waffling on, aren't I? Before I start doing my brewing the bags, I'm building all the kit, but I'll show you what I've got in the meantime. And I think you'll find my fermenting vessels quite hysterical. But yeah, so I'm going to be doing these while I build my kit up for my all grains. So I'm going to do the Stars and Stripes first, and I'll just come on to that fermenting vessel. Where I work, I used to be a touring warden, but they've got me working in the catering van. So I've sort of commandeered a Hellman's Real Mayonnaise. This is a 10 litre, but it actually holds 11, sort of like a, this actually holds about 11.5 litres this holds. So I'm going to actually ferment in this for the time being. Got it all set up, put a little hole in the top, put this grommet in. There's my little airlock. Cleaned it all out, going to sterilise it today. And I'm actually going to put that Stars and Stripes in today. And we'll see how that goes. So that's 10 pints of that. And then what I'm actually going to bottle for the time being, but I am actually going to go on to corny kegs. So what I've got is these Coopers 740ml bottles. So I'm going to bottle that into these, and I'll just bottle condition in them. But moving forward, I am going to get a proper fermenting vessel. But moving forward, we're going to be doing some brewing the bags. Now I've bought myself a 15 litre brewing kettle. That's just a really standard cheap one off eBay, 20 quid, 15 litres. And I've also bought myself, because obviously living in the motorhome, I don't want to be boiling off a load of bloody water in here. So I'm going to be doing the brews in the bags outside. And I've got myself this cheap little burner off eBay, made in China. Says it's cast iron, probably not. Bought this for outside, and I'm going to brew, put my kettle on there, and I'm going to do brew in the bags. And then moving forward, I'm only going to be doing 10, 12 litre batches. Obviously, time, room, and everything is not on my side. So, but I just want to make some bloody good beer again, you know. And I've never done all grain before, but to help me along the way, I've also got The Complete Joy of Homebrewing book. Brilliant little book that. I've been working my way through it the past few days. It's great. But I'm really excited, so hence the video. Bit of a goon, aren't I? But I'm really excited to get on this journey. And like I say, until I get all my equipment together and the last few bits from the all grain, we're going to try this Stars and Stripes out and the Force Asians at some point. And again, honestly, I'll just, you know, you might laugh, but it'll work. It's food grade, do you know what I mean? It's been thoroughly cleaned. I've got some Chem San here. Pardon me. So that's what I'm going to do. And I tell you what, in this video, I might as well do that Stars and Stripes with you. So yeah, I'm back. It's kind of motorhome related because I'm in a motorhome. But yeah, I just wanted to put a video out there because I missed this sort of stuff, and a bit of a sad guy, aren't I? But a bit of a hobby. Thought I'd do a video as well, and it'd be nice for me to look back on. You know, yeah. Anyway, I'm waffling on. Enjoy the video. I hope you're enjoying it. It's nice to be back, regardless. And if you've come from the Homebrew Forum, hi, I'm Rob. I used to do the 5 litre. I did the 5 litre kegging video all those years ago. Yeah, so I am waffling the bloody hell on. So let's do this. Right, so opening the pint of pack. What do we have? Packaging's wonderful, but packaging isn't the end result, is it? So let's see. So in here we get a pint of purifier. So this is just your sterilizer, so I can use that to clean my Hellman's box. That's good. We get the fresh press, they like to call it. If you don't know what you're looking at, this is essentially your wort, or your wort, whichever you want to call it. And we get the fresh brewing yeast. We also get a little app here that will tell us how to brew this. But essentially what's going to happen is I'm going to sterilise my bucket, sterilise my big ass spoon, rinse it out, pour however many litres it tells me to put in there, bang that in, mix it up, and away we go. So yeah, let's do that. Right, so in here, in my fermenting vessel, I've got some chem clean. So I've already cleaned everything in here. But one thing I learned all those years ago was you can't be too cautious when it comes to brewing beer about your sanitisation. So this is just a cleaning solution, this chem clean. I'm just cleaning everything again, and then we're going to go in after this. Give all this a good rinse. We're going to go in after this with Pinter's own purifier, so I might as well use it. This is a non-rinse steriliser, apparently. Some people like to rinse out afterwards because apparently it leaves an oily residue. But we're going to do this how Pinter say to do it, obviously, without the actual Pinter all in one thing. So yeah, this is what we're doing now. So now, filling it with some hot water. So we've done the clean. We're going to fill about 5 litres now with hot water, and we're going to add this purifier steriliser. So that's in there now. We're going to dissolve that with our clean spoon. We're going to add our other stuff that needs sterilising. That's probably about 5 litres in there now, considering it holds just over 11 litres. So we've added our steriliser. It says it only needs to be in contact. Apparently, Pinter says to sterilise with their sterilising solution, just needs to be in contact with all surfaces for 10 seconds. So obviously, I'm going to sterilise the spoon, put that to one side, put the lid on, give it a shake around for about 20-30 seconds or so, and then we'll be able to crack on with the actual brew. Here we've got just short of 4 litres. Now the Pinter calls for 5 litres of water in the Pinter or your fermenter, and then one of these, which is your wort. So yeah, I've got just under 4 litres in here. I'm going to pour this in, and then I've got some water to rinse this out with, to put in there, and it'll be topped up to 5 litres. Just coming on to this, I've applied a little bit of Vaseline around my airlock just to make sure I get a nice tight fit. So yeah, so in we go with the wort, or the wort. So I'm going to stir that up now, wait for the kettle to boil, and then I'm going to rinse this out. So let's give it a bit of a stir. God, have I missed this. Honestly, I really miss the days where I used to do this. So I'm going to try and take the opportunity now to aerate this as much as I can to help the yeast when I pitch it. Now it does say to hydrate the yeast before you put these into a pinter, but I'm literally just going to pitch on top. But I'm going to try and aerate as much as I can. Just agitate that, get it all nicely mixed in, and then we're going to pitch the yeast on top. I've had a little taste of the wort as well. It was bloody lovely. So we've added some warmed up water now into there just to get the rest of it out, and we're just adding that now. Now that's all left to do is we're going to top this up to 5 litres, so another litre now. Give it another good stir and pitch the yeast. In goes the last litre. Right, let's aerate this as much as we can now, get it all mixed in, and then we're going to go in with the yeast. Yeah, the pint of fresh press, the wort isn't as thick as the malt extracts that I used to do back in the day. But you know, let's give it a go. Okay, that's aerated enough for me. Let's pitch the yeast. I like to get it swirling like that so I can even the yeast out as much as I can, so not to get it up the sides. Look at that, pretty, right? Not forgot all my tricks after all. So that's it, the yeast is in. Already getting some nice fragrances there of the yeast. That's going to be nicely aerated, that's going to hydrate well. So now we're going to put the lid on straight away, and we're going to put the airlock on. So yeah, let's do it. So there we go, guys. That's the first brew, as I could call it. Don't really want to call it a brew because, you know, well, there you go. That's the first done. So that's the Stars and Stripes in. Let's see how that goes, and hopefully in a few hours to later on tonight we'll have some fermentation going on. Just to let you know, I've just put some sterilising fluid in the airlock there. So yeah, guys, that's it. So that's it. That one's done. The only reason I looked at pinters originally was for space. I kind of got brought into the idea by some stuff on social media about it. I thought, yeah, sweet, let's get one of them. That'd be great for the motorhome. I was going to buy one, an actual unit. Got a promotional code for it and stuff, and I went to actually buy the pinter, and suddenly they were off sale. And I'd seen on Facebook that they'd took them off because they were having some issues with it. Kind of glad that happened because in hindsight, I actually want to brew myself. I don't want kits, hence why I said earlier that I'm getting all the kit to do all grain. But in the meantime, obviously, I've bought some of the actual sort of malt kits, you know, the Stars and Stripes and the Four Asians, just to do in my little Hellman's fermenter till I get all the stuff. So nice and easy. Had a little bit of a hiccup. Some of my schoolboy error, you know. Some of my I put, as I think I said earlier, I can't remember, but I put some sterilising water into the actual airlock, and I forget how I did it, but I ended up hearing that there'd been a bit of a suction in the airlock, and some of it had gone into the actual fermenter. It's probably not going to make a difference because it was literally like probably a tablespoon or something that's gone in there. I've since replaced the water in the airlock with, sorry, the sterilising water in the airlock to standard water, just in case I mess up and it goes in again. But it's sat there now. It's not started fermenting yet. So yeah, the plan is I'm going to let it ferment. It says on the bottle, what's it say? That it's brewed in 4 days. I'm not sure that's true. I'm going to let it brew for 4 days, and if there's any activity in the airlock after that, I'll obviously leave it a bit longer. I'll cold crash it in the fridge for a couple of days once it's stopped fermenting. Then I'm going to bottle it. I've not took a hydrometer reading, literally just doing it as the instructions say. It says it's going to come out at 4.5%. But yeah, going forward, obviously with the all grains and stuff, I'll be doing everything properly. But yeah, I'm going to stop waffling on. I hope you've enjoyed the video. I will do another video on, I might do a bottling video, I'm not sure. But yeah, I'll do another video in the next couple of weeks. And yeah, I'll see you then, guys.